you kind of feel like you didn't know that the best they've been playing so far this year now that they are back to kind of full strength?
Simply because they're at full strength. Kyle's had more adversity thrown his way with injuries than any coach deserves, let alone a first-year coach that's replacing a Hall of Famer. And I think he's done a great job of keeping it together. And they played great against Providence, and despite a lot of turnovers at Marquette, they led the game under 5 minutes to go. So they're playing good basketball. They got 3 or 4 guys that got them to the Final Four, and then you add a potential lottery pick next to them. So it's a really, really good basketball team. Their record is in no way indicative of how good they are right now.
Point guard spot has been kind of up and down for them this year compared to years past, especially. But has bringing Justin back into the fold allowed that to stabilize and appreciate things and experience?
Yeah, 2 things. I mean, Justin gets it. He understands what they do better than probably anybody on their roster. And then Mark Armstrong's gotten better, over the course of the year. He's a really talented young player. He's going to be a heck of a point guard in our league, and you can watch his growth from game to game. So, this is a good basketball team. They're still playing Nova basketball on both ends of the floor, really sound defensively, and except for they turn it over a lot against Marquette, but generally they don't turn it over, and you got to try to find a way to get them off that three-point line because a large percentage of their shots are threes.
What has Kalkbrenner really done to kind of improve that efficiency down low? Obviously, against the nation now in the goal percentage.
1, he's stronger. 2, he's improved his footwork every single year. So a lot of his work is done before he catches the ball, where as a younger player he would have to do a lot of the work after he caught the ball. So he's learned the value of angles and he's learned to get it off a little quicker when he catches it. So He's married to the process of getting better. He has been since he arrived on campus, and that's continued to be the case, and that's why he continues to improve. Nothing really surprises me with him. His ability to run the floor has gotten so much better. He ran by a couple of guys the other night, got a big basket in the first half, and we're asking a lot out of him. He's playing a lot of minutes, and he's instrumental in our ball screen coverage. He has to be locked in and communicating. He doesn't have the opportunity to be tired. So nothing really surprises me with him. He's been unbelievably consistent now that he's healthy. Yeah, I mean a little bit. But I still think it's having an impact on the other team. Just because you don't score in transition doesn't mean it's not forcing their hand. Are they sending one less guy to the offensive glass because they're worried about your transition? Do they get a little fatigued as the game goes on because of the pace that we play with every day in practices? We're accustomed to it. Most teams that we play against aren't. Now with Villanova, obviously it's always hard to get the game going the way we want. They are one of the best in the country at controlling tempo, and they've especially been attempted to do it in this building.
Have you noticed a difference in this building when you guys are able to get up and down it and play at your pace better than the crowd kind of?
The crowd helps that obviously, and especially the crowds we've had as of late. So sounds like we're going to have a great one in here again tomorrow night, and we'll need their help.
It seems like after every game, I'm asking you something new about Art, but it seems to get better with every game. How would you just summarize his play since the new year started?
I think he's simplified things, and I think that's made him more efficient and more effective. He's maybe narrowed what he's doing offensively, and then his aggression on the glass on both ends he's taken it to another level. So, he makes 1 or 2 hustle plays on the offensive glass every game, and now they're really working to try to get him off the glass. So they have to really commit somebody to him. So, Art's really bought in right now, and it's amazing when you play that way and you're playing that hard. The ball just has a tendency to find you a little bit more, and that's been the case with Art.
What are the keys defensively tomorrow night? I know that you kind of, they got a guy at the 5 that can pull Kalkbrenner away from the rim.
Yeah, I mean they're atypical, and they don't. They're one of the. They shoot some of the fewest shots at the rim of anybody in the country. They shoot, some twos off their back down bully basketball, and then they shoot a lot of threes. So we'll have to get to Dixon on the 3-point line, but we also got to provide a little bit of help. There's a couple mismatches with our lineup depending on who they have on the floor where they've got quite a size advantage that will have to provide a little bit of assistance.
Two more. Curious of your thoughts on Cam Whitmore. Obviously, he's had some games where maybe the flashes haven't been there, but still one of the more talented freshmen in the league.
Yeah, you see how talented he is. He just oozes with potential, but like any freshman, it takes some time to learn college basketball, and some guys adjust to it quicker than others. And obviously, there was a lot placed on his shoulders with Justin Moore being out and Longino being hurt. Like he's been asked to do more than maybe a typical freshman would, and but he's handled it pretty well, and obviously he's got a great basketball future ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're back at full strength. Got Justin Moore back, and obviously playing better. You can't really take anybody lightly, especially in this league, and so we're gonna have to be ready to go tomorrow for sure. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's kind of like what you dream of playing in college basketball. Sold out crowds against high-level teams. Every single play, the crowd's getting into it. You kind of just feeding off their energy, and it's been a lot of fun for sure.
How do you guys kind of continue to, kind of take this game-by-game approach and not overlook teams, especially like Georgetown, which is like game slipped up?
Yeah, well, I think just with the grind of college basketball and how long it is, you have to take it every game at a time. Obviously, there's ups and downs throughout the season, as we've obviously experienced this year, and so not overlooking any team is key, and we're gonna have to continue to do that throughout the rest of this year.
Speaking of Georgetown, I am curious, how close do you feel like you guys are to maybe mastering that formula of not having to shoot well to win games?
Yeah, I think we're close. I think you never really master it. You're always working and keep working. But obviously, like you said, we didn't shoot well against Georgetown, and obviously able to get the W a different way is key, especially going into March.
Leads the country in field goal percentage. I feel like anytime you get the ball down the other one, you score.
Yeah, obviously shooting 73% or whatever, that's ridiculous. So, every time we get on the ball, we got confidence that, the shot's going to go in for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Obviously, winning is a lot more fun than losing, and obviously we've been on the losing end this year, going on that 6-game losing streak, and so, being on a hot streak, coming back home, the fans are going to be, into it, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere, and that's all you can ask for. Yeah, he's just playing really hard. Just doing the little things that impact winning. Hustling after every ball, especially offensive rebounds. You can see him crashing in there, and I would just say his motor. He's playing really hard, and giving us a lot of energy, which has been huge for us.
It looks like it's going to be a little bit different defensively, just because the way they're trying to stretch the floor and play in the mid-range area. Like what's different about this defensive scheme compared to normal ones where they have attacked the rim?
I think the big thing with Nova, it's kind of always been with Nova, is like the shot fakes and staying disciplined. Like they obviously shoot the ball really well and spread the floor really well, but they get a lot of those shots because teams don't stay disciplined and jump when they shot fake, and then other people have to come help, and this collapses the defense. I think if we stay disciplined and we're able to guard one-on-one good, then it kind of takes away a lot of how they get their threes. So I think that's just a big key for us, staying disciplined.
Ryan, how would you kind of characterize your improvement in efficiency around the rim? Like what does that kind of boil down to for you?
Probably an over-obsession with being perfect. Yeah, it's come back to hurt me in workouts sometimes, but yeah, I definitely probably take it a little too seriously making every shot, which kind of helped this year because I'm making a lot of shots, but yeah, just try to be perfect a little too much, but yeah.
On a similar note, Mac mentioned that the difference has been, before your buckets were you doing work after catching the ball versus now it's you doing a lot of your work before you catch the ball. I guess where does that growth come from, and what was the work to that?
Part of that's just getting stronger. It's hard to scoring before the ball. You kind of got to move people a little bit, and obviously you can't do that if you're not strong. So just getting more and more muscle on me has helped a lot with that. And then just playing college for 3 years, you start to learn the little things and figure out angles and stuff like that. So I think it's just experience and strength for me.
Does the improvement on the defensive side for the team as a whole kind of boil down to maybe just being more connected as a group out there?
Yeah, I think I've definitely said this before about how we're missing that one big voice like that Hawk was for us last year. I think it took us a little bit to we're never going to have, this group's not going to have like the one big voice, but we are coming together and like collectively making a big voice. We didn't have that early on, and just we've been getting better and better in that as the season's gone on. I think that's been the big key for us, getting better defensively.
And Mac, on the same note, Mac has talked about you being a vocal leader, maybe behind the scenes, not as publicly. I guess, how have you seen your growth in, having your voice? I guess, where do you see the ceiling being in terms of being vocal?
I don't know where like a ceiling is for that. I know just like naturally I'm not too outgoing and loud, but behind the scenes when it's just me and my guys in like the huddle or locker room, then I'm comfortable talking to them there and trying to lead in those ways. But I don't think I have to go over the top with it because all these guys are about the right things and want to win and stuff. So it makes it pretty easy on my end to try to be a leader because they all listen and they all just want to win.
Two more. How did you guys feel after Georgetown? I know it wasn't your greatest offensive game, but that was one of their worst offensive performances. Like the defense really kind of carried you through that 40 minutes. How did you guys feel?
I think you never complain about road win. I think we definitely thought it was one of our sloppier wins of the year, but road win's a road win, so we took care of business, and now just move on to the next game. I mean, Villanova's always going to be really, really good and a really hard matchup. And like you said, they beat us at the end of last year, so we gotta get them back and we gotta get this win. So it means a lot to us to get this one.